So you become a pilot and you want to start filming yourself flying the plane because, I mean, who wouldn't? Most awesome thing to share ever. And you are curious about what are some of the do's and don'ts, what are the rules of filming yourself while flying. Let's talk about it. So starting with one of the more basic regulations here, we're talking about portable electronic devices. And number 2 here is talking about an aircraft while they are operating under IFR. However, if we move down here, it says that A does not apply to the following, and number 5 there says that if the device will not cause interference with navigation or communication systems on the aircraft. So this is the beginning of talking about electronic devices. So essentially, if you are going to have something in the plane, it shouldn't be interfering with anything. So moving on to a couple of articles by AOPA, they have several different articles talking about just some tips and some do's and don'ts of, and also things to consider if you are wanting to film yourself flying. In this article, they talk about what can happen to you if you film yourself during flight and you don't follow the rules. Now, you go and post that on the internet, you could have someone report you because you are essentially inviting yourself open to investigation as soon as you put that on the internet. If somebody wanted to report a complaint, or sometimes the FAA will just look at videos online, you are opening yourself up to scrutiny. Anyways, in this scenario, a double I was calling ATC for a pop-up IFR clearance, but at this point, the plane is in the clouds because they were filming it, and the instructor acknowledged it to the student and basically confirmed the infraction of you can't do that, not in that order. That video was deleted, and I don't know what happened. Probably some kind of a remedial training was given to the instructor. I found another good article from AOPA. It's called What's Not to Like, and it provides some guidance about sharing flying videos online. You can go ahead and pause this and read this paragraph right here, essentially just summarizing what I've been saying. And they talk about another case here where someone was filming going over open water and they were not at an altitude that they should have been at. To summarize, don't film yourself during critical phases of flight. Be mindful who is filming the content. If you have something that is very much like you're not holding the phone, or it's attached to the plane somewhere and it is a separate device that you are not touching, if you are going to be filming during critical phases of flight. So for another example, AOPA talks about including disclaimers in your video, which I think is an incredibly smart thing, because someone could complain, for example, that you didn't do a checklist in one of your videos that you filmed and put on the internet. And well, to be fair, if you had filmed 2 hours of flying and you made a 15-minute video, you're cutting down a lot of footage, so you're not showing yourself potentially doing all of the proper procedures. So actually including a disclaimer that says that the video was edited for time would be something that would help you in a circumstance like that. So include disclaimers in your videos for anything that you feel might potentially lead someone to think that you weren't following proper procedure. And in this other document about electronics, I want to focus on this middle part right here where there are the 3 bullet points where they have to authenticate the video in order to support an enforcement action. The second one says that they may serve as evidence of possible violations and it may be retained for future enforcement of action, meaning if you put something out in the internet, they can use that against you if you were to be doing something wrong. And the third bullet point, it says inspectors have no authority to direct or suggest that electronic media posted on the internet must be removed. So I'm interpreting this as they can't tell you to take something off of the internet. Well, I hope that helps you determine how to take safer video in flight and some things that you should consider or might want to include if you are going to be posting that on the internet. If you have any other things that you've heard of that you want to include, I am super open to hearing other advisory circulars or wherever there is other information about filming yourself online while flying.